Welcome to 2 Sides of New York, episode 27. I'm Cross, here with Reed. We got some Mets news, Yankees news. Yankees going out and making a huge splash by getting Edwin Encarnacion.
Want the parrot.
Yep, and the Mets went out and made their one and probably only move, which was relief pitcher Brooks Pounders. The guy's about 300 pounds, and hopefully he can help this disaster of a bullpen because, my God, it is the worst bullpen that I've ever seen in my entire life. Game 1 in the St. Louis Cardinals series. We have the lead in the bottom of the ninth. The umpires want to get the tarp out there. They're like, all right, let's just suspend.
Because it was tied, right?
Yeah. No. The Mets had a 2-run lead in the ninth. Diaz was out there warming up, and the umps were like, let's bring the tarp out. And Pete Alonso was just like, whoa. What are we doing here? You saw that video of Pete Alonso?
He had the glove in his jersey.
He had the glove in his tummy, looking like Terry Collins with a big belly, yelling at the umpires, no, get this tarp off the field. And surprisingly, the umpires gave in, which gave the Cardinals...
they're saying they can do everything.
Yeah, which gave the Cardinals the opportunity to end up tying the game. Diaz, oh my God, what a heartbreaking loss. The Mets, we didn't go on to lose the game until the next day because they ended up suspending the game after that inning. Diaz stayed in to to finish the game the next day, and he instantly gave the Cardinals a lead, and then that ended up sticking. The Cardinals won. Going into game 2, our offense clawed back into the game. Steven Matz pitched all right. But our offense, they kept us in the game the entire time. We ended up taking the lead. And, of course, Jerry's Familia blows it.
Once again.
It's just been the story of the Mets this year. You know the New York Mets have lost 43 leads this year? That's the most in baseball. 43 leads. Just cut that in half. And we're in first place, don't you think?
Yeah, 43 leads. You might be one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah, it's just a disgrace. Our offense has been putting up pretty good numbers the entire year. Besides that stretch we had against the Brewers and the Reds where we weren't scoring, that was the only time our offense failed to put anything up this year. So we have the key pieces, like Game 3, which we ended up winning. Pete Alonso, his moonshot, which I don't think has landed yet. That was the second furthest hit home run in Citi Field. Could you guess who had the furthest hit ball at Citi Field?
Oh, I think I can remember a couple of years ago. It was midway up in the third deck.
Oh no, that one's up there too. But
Stanton then?
No. Back in 2009, Adam Dunn hit one over the Shea Bridge.
Dunn, wow,
yeah.
He was
the big donkey, as you like to call him.
I liked Adam Dunn. He was like the first guy of these like launch angle,
right? Yeah,
like, swing and miss guys.
Yeah, and he had a pretty good career too.
He did. I mean, did he hit 500 or was he just short?
He hit over 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, back to the pieces that the Mets have, which are good pieces that winning teams have. J.D. Davis was a triple cy for the cycle that game. Jeff McNeil keeps getting on base, keeps grinding out bats and getting hits. So overall, we put up offense in this third game of the series. Noah Syndergaard had himself a good game, but of course he exits with a hamstring injury.
And it doesn't look good.
Not at all.
SNY broadcasters were definitely concerned.
Yeah, and same old Mets racking up these injuries. Diaz comes on in the ninth, and by the skin of his teeth, the Mets hold on for the win. The Mets were up by a run. Cardinals had a runner on second. It was a little lofter into the outfield. Jeff McNeil ran all the way out to the outfield grass, just missed the ball, but he was able to throw out Colton Wong at the plate to win the game. That was definitely a close one. Did you see that play? It was crazy.
I did. I showed it like 10 times on MLB Network.
I've never seen anything like that, especially ending a game. If we lost that one, oh boy, I think Diaz would have been cut on the spot.
What's with him?
I don't know. Like you said earlier, I thought he was going to be a shoo-in for 57 saves this year. And like you said, that's not going to happen.
It's just so hard to repeat that type of year, especially going from Seattle to New York. I mean, I definitely think he's going to be a great closer for you guys in the future, but it's going to take some time to adjust.
Yeah, I hope you're right about that.
Get that clutch lead in New York, as you've seen, it takes some players a little while too.
I hope you're right about that, but if you would have told me that at the beginning of the season that the Mets were going to be 4 games under 500 right now, I would have said, yeah, I believe that. But I would have said, at least we have the 9th inning locked with Edwin Diaz. Because, I mean, that's just what you expected. He was the best closer in all of baseball last year.
Yeah, last year it was just like K-Rod's year before he came to the Mets. It kind of seemed like deja vu. They were getting the top man. But
so
I think it's because a setup man as well. You guys don't have a good setup man. That doesn't help him out.
We don't have a good setup man. We don't have a good middle reliever. We don't have a good long reliever. We don't have nothing in that bullpen. Besides,
I think that's really a big key to having a good closer is having a good setup man.
Yeah, because you don't got to put everything on.
That's why Chapman's having such a good year, because we have Otto Vanyu and Britton, Canely, all these, even without Betances, we just have so many guys who can just eat some days up for him, so he's not as tired as he's been the past couple of years. But setup man is key for a good bullpen, and I think that's what the Mets are missing, and they were hoping Familia would be that.
Yeah, the Yankees bullpen right now is like the Royals bullpen in 2015 when they're just throwing out guys, throwing out flamethrowers, and then having Chapman in to come and finish things off.
Chapman, this is the best I think he's ever looked as a Yankee.
Yeah, so he's been in a very good stretch. So going on to
be making his second All-Star game as a Yankee, I would say.
Oh yeah, I'm sure of that. So going into Game 4 of the series, Cano finally returns from the IL, his second stint this year. He has a chance to give us the lead late in the game. Runners on first and third, and he grounds into a double play to end the inning. Robinson Cano, could you believe that we gave up Jared Kelenic, a.k.a. the next Michael Trout, for Robinson Cano and Edwin Diaz? Could you believe that?
That's what they said about Frazier.
Well, I mean, it's hard to put that on someone that they're the next Michael Trout, but what people have been saying about this Kelenic guy, he might turn out to become a really good baseball player. And I know it's Mets fans kind of just overreacting, but I mean, with the Mets' luck, who knows? Like this happened with Justin Turner, happened with so many other guys.
Yeah, but he's a Mariner though. They're probably more cursed than the Mets are.
You're right. The Mets and the Mariners are in the same exact boat.
So they'll probably trade him to somewhere, and then he'll become a superstar.
Yeah, for sure. Conforto just hit a bomb. Give us an update on this Yankees game.
So we were down 2-1 at the start of this bottom of the fifth, and another clutch hit from DJ LeMahieu at runners in scoring position. He's hitting like 460 now at runners in scoring position. Yeah. Tied it up 2-2, and your boy Louis Voit just gave us the lead with an RBI single. Louis shortening up.
Hey, good for Louis Voit. Wrapping up this final of the 4 games against St. Louis. Vargas had himself a great game. Only pitched great. Only allowed one hit, 2 runs. It was a Paul Goldschmidt home run. And then he had to leave the game due to a calf injury that he sustained while at bat. Why in 2019 are pitchers hitting in the National League? The Mets have the best hitting pitchers in baseball, so it's not like, our pitchers are automatic outs, but it's just still so stupid. These guys should not be hitting.
Yeah, it's definitely putting them at risk to get hurt. I mean, you saw Tanaka pull a hamstring last year, and he was out for a month at a game in Citi Field.
Yeah, it's so funny seeing the American League pitchers try to hit, too.
The best is when an American League pitcher goes deep.
Yeah, for sure. And then game was tied 2-2. Chris Flexen comes in, and I was watching the game with my dad, and I said, for sure, this guy is going to give up a home. Is going to give up a home run. That's exactly what I said. Chris Flexen on the year has a 10.33 ERA, and that's the guy we're turning to come out of the bullpen. Brody Van Wagen says the best 25 guys are going to play. Obviously, the best 25 guys aren't in New York. We have to do something here. We could have got Keuchel. We could have got Kimbrel.
He just went to one of your hated teams.
Yeah, he went to both of them. And we just sat on our hands. Now people want us to get Cody Allen. Like, what the fuck is Cody Allen going to do? The New York Mets bullpen is just...
He's washed. He's done, dude.
Yeah, the Mets bullpen is just in a world of shit. Paul DeYoung was the guy who hit the home run. He's an absolute Met killer. Paul DeYoung...
He's a good player. He's underrated.
Yeah, he's having a low-key very good year this year, too. A career OPS of 1.200 against the Mets, which is absolutely incredible. So he's up there in Chipper Jones status as a Met killer.
Yeah, Chipper Jones, Yelich status, he's up there.
Yeah. So now going into this Brave series, the biggest series of the year, or one of the biggest series of the year so far, it's to see, all right, can we compete against the best team in the division? And Zach Wheeler comes out and gets absolutely smoked.
Oh my gosh,
by the
they
Braves.
were cranking home runs up.
He was just leaving meatballs out there.
Meatballs. I saw one Albies hit. What was the one that who hit the McCann? McCann hit a tank.
McCann's been hot too.
Yeah, he's gonna make the All-Star team. I think.
So the Braves, they're definitely the real deal.
Oh, definitely. They're definitely the real deal, and they're not going away anytime soon.
So just wrapping up with this Mets, there's just miscommunication between the players, the front office, Mickey Callaway. Mickey Callaway came out the other day and says, I'm not too worried about Brandon Nimmo's neck. And it turns out today that Brandon Nimmo is going to be shut down for a month because of his neck. And it's like the same problem that David Wright had. They're considering neck surgery. That's not off the table.
That's not good.
That's not
Especially
good one
how
bit.
young he is.
And there's Mickey Callaway just oblivious to it.
I know. It always seems like he's not on the same page, whether it's DeGrom. What did he say the other night? That him and DeGrom said two completely different things, or was it Syndergaard?
It was... Well, it happened earlier this year with DeGrom, but the one you're talking about, that was with Syndergaard.
I mean, that's just not good. Is he the manager of the Mets at December 1st this year?
I hope not. If he is, we have a great turnaround and we're shooting for the playoffs. But that's just not going to happen.
If they miss the playoffs, is he gone?
No, that for sure. He's definitely gone. And if they're not, that just shows that the Wilpons don't care. Last thing about the Mets. Yesterday, Mickey Callaway says this about Jerry's Familia. Mickey Callaway, it seems like his stuff is in the right place right now. We have conversations with him daily. We see how he's bounced back from today and last night, and he's continued to have a daily dialogue with us about his health. And then a couple hours before the game starts, Jerry Familia got placed on the IL with a shoulder injury. So that just goes to show that nobody knows what's going on. We thought this problem was fixed when we got a new trainer, when Brody came in and we changed the culture. But it's just same old Mets, same shit every year. And I don't think it's going to change.
They would have signed Keuchel.
Exactly. You said it best right there.
Exactly, because you got those three. Even though he just got hurt, but DeGrom, Syndergaard, Keuchel. That's a nice rotation.
Yeah, and then I
want no part of Zach Wheeler.
He's just throwing meatballs down the plate. And this guy, can you believe this guy had the nerve to ask for a new contract, Zach Wheeler, in the offseason? Yeah. The guy fucking stinks.
I mean, you had high hopes for him coming into this year.
I did, because he had a great bounce-back year last year.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and he's already given up more home runs than he did all of last season. Yeah. And we're not even at the halfway point.
Not even at the halfway point. I mean, you could make an argument that's happening around baseball a lot, but it's just not good, man. Not good at all.
Nope, not good. So, anything to add from the Metropolitans?
That's about it. We gotta do something fast, or we're gonna find ourselves watching meaningless baseball.
Yep, once again. So you guys gotta make a move quick, because it doesn't sound like you're gonna sell.
I don't know.
And if you do,
if we're gonna sell, we gotta do it right by getting rid of Syndergaard. I don't want to. I hope Syndergaard turns it around, and when he comes back, he's back to himself, because he has been pitching better. But because I don't want to see him gone. But if we're gonna sell, let's sell right and just dump everything out.
Yeah, but moving on to the other side of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Went down to Chicago, play the White Sox, and our continued slump started as we got off to a really quick 4-0 lead after the fourth inning, and then J.A. Happ just totally coughs it back up by giving up 4 in the bottom of the fifth inning, and gives up another run, and just like that, it's 5-4, and the offense dies after the fifth inning. I mean, he gives up an absolute tank to Tim Anderson, a 3-run bomb, and that just puts us in a huge hole. We lose, and that's just to a team like the White Sox. I know they're a lot better than they have been the past few years, but you can't lose a game when you're up 4-0 to the White Sox. Just can't do it with that bullpen.
Yeah, you're totally right about that. The White Sox are showing that they're a resilient team, and they could be making some noise when it comes down the stretch this year.
Yeah, they could be making noise. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but they're definitely going to be spoiling for some team.
They got a nice young core that they can build around. Lucas Giolito is having a really good year.
Yeah, finally. I mean, I don't know why they traded Adam. They got him for Adam Eaton.
I know, the Nats.
We'll get into the Nats.
They were
dying to get rid of Eaton, too.
Yeah, well, because Eaton, bad clubhouse guy.
Bad. I mean, you heard it from Todd, and you heard it from the manager. No one liked him in that clubhouse. Oh, God. Benton looks awful tonight.
Does he?
Yeah.
He's rusty.
Moving on. Huh?
He's rusty, Stanton.
Yeah, he's rusty. You know how it works with him. He could be the worst hitter in baseball, and then he could be the best hitter in baseball. But moving on to Game 2, which, you give up a 4-run lead to the White Sox. How can it get worse? It can. Starts off great. Louis Voit hits a tank to dead center, and then that was it. Eloy Jimenez has our number. He's got, I think, 4 or 5 home runs, 5 of his 11 home runs against us, and that kid can hit. He's going to hit a lot of home runs, but we just got smoked. I mean, CC got absolutely rocked. Looked awful. I'm a little worried about CC right now. He got absolutely rocked. ERA went from 3.74 to 4.42. I'm worried about him, so I hope he can turn it around because he's got to do it. It sucks because CC's such a likable guy. Seeing him get rocked is not fun.
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean. I feel the same way when DeGrom gets rocked. You just feel bad for the guy.
Exactly. Like, CC just brings so much to the clubhouse, and he's just been there for so long. And when he gets rocked, you're like, damn. Especially by a team like the White Sox. Like, we're giving credit to the White Sox, but, I mean, they're still not a very good baseball team. They're an average. I think they're average now than below average as they've been the past 10 or so years. Like,
do you trust the Yankees starting rotation right now?
It's so iffy because when they all pitch well, they can do it. Like,
so
I mean, they need Severino.
Of course.
I'm going to go into Tanaka later. I think he can hold it down if he can go on a run. But Yankees, I mean, offense seemed dead the next game, and then all of a sudden something pops on the screen. I thought they were just showing who's leading the AL in home runs, and then I see on the bottom, the Yankees acquire Edwin Encarnacion. I was like, well, what? Did I just read that right? It's just like I was just so surprised because it was just so out of the blue and unexpected.
Yeah, it's just literally out of nowhere.
And I was just texting you some like dumb shit about him.
Yeah,
like,
you were.
And I mean, I've always liked Edwin Encarnacion, even when he was with the Blue Jays. The guy just rakes. I mean, he's streaky as hell, but he's clutch when he's on too.
Yeah, and that just goes to show the difference between your team and my team. You guys just went out and got a guy that you weren't even supposed to get, and you just went and did it. And yes, kind of questionable because you do need some start.
But I mean, it's a no-brainer. They traded a 19-year-old pitcher, and Seattle ate most of the money. We only have to pay him $3 million.
Right? Yeah, and with all the time you have left before the trade deadline, the Yankees are for sure going to make a move for a starter, don't you think?
Exactly. Like, people are like, he can't pitch. I'm like, guys, this means even more that they're going to go for a starter now. You realize that?
Yeah, because they're gonna. You think Clint is the next to go? Do you want to get into Clint?
I mean, he's got to be the one gaining the most traction. I mean, he's got 11 home runs, hitting .280 with around 36 RBIs. Like, the team's got to be interested in that. So
you could get
along with maybe
haul.
Another. What'd you say?
You could get a huge haul for Clint Frazier.
Exactly, a huge haul. I mean, they just need like another guy who can just go out and dominate. I mean, as long as Severino comes back, I don't think they need like a Bumgarner or a Scherzer, but definitely a guy who can go out and win 7 or 8 starts in a row with an ERA like mid-2s. Who not a guy who's like an elite pitcher, but a guy who you know some pitchers who just. Like Trevor Bauer, I wouldn't call him elite, but
he gets the job done when every time he's out there.
I would do Clint for Trevor.
Yeah.
I would do it.
But yeah, and the Yankees, they could put themselves in a really good position to say we're the best team in the American League, because you look
That's
at
their only weakness, the starting pitch.
yeah, you look at the bullpen. That's got to be one of the best in baseballs. Obviously, the lineup is one of the best in baseballs. If you get like a guy like Bumgarner, which I don't know if that's going to happen, but just a name like that,
We gotta extend him. I'm on board for it, but
Yeah.
they're gonna have to. The only way he accepts it is if he knows that we're gonna extend him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But moving on to Clint Frazier. Well, let me recap the rest of the series. So right after we get Edwin Encarnacion, all of a sudden the offense comes alive. Gleyber Torres just cranks a 2-run homer, dead center field. And then we're like, all right, good vibes. And then Cameron Maybin hits a tank. He's been amazing for us this year.
But is he the next to go, though, when Judge comes back?
I hope not. I hope they send down Sessa.
Oh, right.
Because he's just been awful. I mean, I think they should cut arm because Cameron Maybin has been so good for the Yankees. I mean, it's so tough because if Gardy wasn't there for 11 years, he would be the one out because Maybin has played much better than him.
Yeah, and
at least of late. Although Gardy's been getting hot.
But Maybin's been that
he
glue
probably
guy.
is going to be the one to go. I'm going to hate to see it, but Cameron Maybin's been great. So
He's been the glue guy for you guys. He's been keeping the team together, like you see him on Twitter. He's out there having fun, and I love to see that from Cameron
Exactly.
Maybin.
Telling Gardy to get on Twitter. I mean, he's just a good. I don't know if you follow him, but he does a lot of like charity work as well. So
Yeah, he's always seemed like a great guy throughout his entire career.
Yeah, just like a little blooper to center field, and he just runs hard, sees that Kiermaier's jogging a bit, and he gets in a double. Like, this is a guy, and he's not like 20 years old. This is 31 years old. He's putting it on the line. He's just showing how much he loves playing for the Yankees, and that's why I think they should try and do everything to keep him.
Yeah, definitely a guy who doesn't get a lot of appreciation either, considering how long he's been playing baseball. He's been in the league since, what, 2005?
6, I think.
2006? Yeah. Jeez. And he's still only 31 years old.
Exactly. he's still, that's why he's still quick. But
yeah,
go on to win that game, and then game 2 was great. Sox score quick. Jose Abreu, who's always had our number, hits a tank in the bottom of the first. But after that, Cameron Maybin hits another bomb. He actually hit one last night, too.
Yeah.
He's got 3 straight games with a home run. We'll see if he hits one tonight. But Maybin hits a bomb. That was actually our only home run of the game. Difference between the Yankees last year and this year is if they scored 10, they definitely hit like 3 or 4 last year. This year, they can score without not hitting the long ball, which I credit fully to DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah, you look at the Sox from last year; they were able to score without home runs, and of course the Yankees have the power to hit home runs too. So when you have both of those options,
so did the Sox last year too.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah, that's a World Series team right there. When you have both of those options to go
exactly.
deep.
Just DJ LeMahieu. That's why when people laugh when I say he's the MVP. It's like, oh, if he's the MVP of your team, I'm like, it's not about that. He's changed the whole dynamic of the way they hit.
Right.
Their approach is so much different. You've seen it with Gary. I mean, I don't know if you remember last year, but a pitch in the dirt, Gary would chase every time with 2 strikes. Now he shortens up, goes the other way because they leave second base completely open for him.
Yeah. It's
so,
when hitters come in like that, when good hitters come into a team and they change the culture of how to hit, that's when it seems like everything starts to click.
Exactly. Last year you saw it with JD Martinez with the Red Sox, and I think DJ LeMahieu is this year's version of that.
Yeah.
But we go on to win that game 10-3. Good way. Good thing to split the series because you don't want to go out to Chicago and lose the series.
Yeah.
And then after the game, surprising news that Clint Frazier, I mean, we knew he was going to get sent down, but we thought it was going to be before Michael Tauchman. So he looked like he was going to cry. I felt terrible for him. He was saying it's a tough pill to swallow. He knew the numbers game was going to be at stake, but maybe for Judge and Stanton, not Encarnacion. And then I felt bad for him. You could definitely see the tears in his eyes because he wasn't looking up by the end of the interview, just kind of his head down. And then he goes on Instagram and deletes like almost every picture he has, unfollows the Yankees, everyone, even Judge he unfollows. He unfollowed everyone except for Didi and Tyler Wade.
Yeah, he was getting a lot of hate because if you watch the interview, he has that like kind of like a smug look on his face. But I think that was more because he was like about to start crying.
Yeah,
Like he was.
I mean, no,
He was
I
hurt.
think he.
Like,
I can't say that people think that's a bad interview. I think he handled that interview perfectly.
oh yeah, he handled the best you can in that situation. Like,
I mean, better than the one from Toronto where he was like, "I'm not worried about articles that are written."
Yeah. But yeah, he seems like a tough kid, and I don't think he's gonna let this get to him. Of course, he seems.
I hope not. I mean, it seems like he's letting it get to him, but I mean, I think this could be good for him. He's an awful fielder, so he needs to get that down. And he's obviously really immature as well.
And it's going to be a big moment in his career because no matter what ends up happening, if he stays with you guys, if he ends up getting traded, he's going to have that chip on his shoulder and he's going to be trying to prove people wrong, whether it be if he gets his chance later this year with a team or next year. He's definitely going to have a chip on his shoulder.
Definitely. And especially, if he gets traded, then you'll see him up again this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But, back on track. I mean, one against the White Sox, and then last night, Masahiro Tanaka. He's an ace in my book. I'm sorry. He went out and just dominated the team that's half a game under you. That is clutch pitching for you. 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits, man. He was lights out.
Yeah, the thing about Tanaka, if he gets that splitter going, it's one of the best pitches in baseball.
It is. It's filthy. And he's such a perfectionist because after the game, he was like, I felt like I didn't have my best stuff out today. That's what you love to hear from a pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
That's like DeGrom.
Yeah, DeGrom. He strikes out the side and he's walking off shaking his head like, man.
Yeah, that's what Tanaka does.
Yeah.
Well, literally, there was I don't know if you saw the play where it hit off his glove and DJ flipped it to Didi yesterday.
I didn't see that one.
It hits off his glove and he's like punching his glove and yelling at himself that he didn't make the play.
Yeah.
He's got to win a Gold Glove. He's got such a quick glove.
Oh yeah. I didn't know he was that good defensively.
He is very good. He flashes it. He gets to the ball. Nice out of Anyo. But gets to the ball. I don't know. I got a good feeling about Tanaka. He looked really good tonight. I think he's going to go on a run. Hopefully hold this rotation down until Sevi or our new starting pitcher comes.
So I'm sure you guys will. But say you don't go out at the deadline and make a move for a pitcher, and then you have Sevi back later in the year to start the playoffs. Who would you start, Sevi or Tanaka?
Tanaka.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day. I'm sorry. Sevi's got a 6.80 ERA in the playoffs, and Tanaka's got a 1.84.
Yeah.
Even if we go out and get bumped, are we presuming the Yankees win the division?
It's too early to say that yet.
I'm just saying, are you talking about a wild card game or ALCS?
I'm just talking like one game. Like you have one game, you win, and you win, you're in, and if you lose, you're out.
Yeah, Tanaka.
Oh.
If it's in the ALDS and Sevi looks like he's pitching well, I would pitch Sevi.
Yeah, I feel you because then that would lengthen it out.
Yeah, I mean the Tanaka, he's got to be your 1 or 2 guy. I think that was a really big mistake in the ALDS last year. If they start Tanaka game 1, I don't know. With the performance Gary put offensively in game 2, we might have seen a whole different series.
Yeah, maybe.
But Giancarlo Stanton makes his return tonight, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts so far, but he could change that all with a bomb. I mean, I'm not asking him to hit 350. I'm honestly asking for 25 home runs. 25 home runs and 60 RBIs. If you give me that, I think that's a good season with how much time he's missed.
You think he could get 60 RBIs?
Yeah.
How many does he have right now?
I think he's got 1 maybe. Oh. he's got 11 at bats this season. So
yeah, that was very early, his injury.
Yeah, 3rd game of the season.
Yeah.
But playing the Rays right now, it's looking good. 4-2, looking like our first series win. In the last 3, I think. So it looks like the Yankees are getting back on that winning track as it's good because the Sox have won 6 in a row.
So there you have it. One New York team playing well, gearing up for their playoff run, and
getting back on track.
Yeah, one team getting back.
We were playing pretty shitty before,
but definitely gearing up for the playoffs. Meanwhile, my team is just sitting on their hands, not doing shit, and just playing with shitty baseball players.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what they're doing, man. They gotta
come get us. I'm Brody Van Wagen. Come get us.
Come get us. Oh, why would he say? I think that's also why teams go harder against the Mets.
Yeah,
because like they pissed him off. Like,
yeah, come get us, man. Who do you? Yeah, come get us. Yeah, the Mets. We're real dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, something's got to change. I mean, Mickey just seems like he has no emotion. Like, here, I see what I want to see from Boone. What I wanted to come into the year. I see that emotion.
Yeah,
he brings more emotion.
It's just cookie cutter. He's the same after a win or after a loss. He's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna go out there tomorrow. We're gonna get them. Yeah, I have a lot of faith in this ball club. We're gonna go get them. These group of players, we're ready to break out. It's just the same bullshit every day with him.
It is, and they're never on the same page. It seems like
never, and maybe that's just the Mets as a whole. Like no matter who's in there, it's just gonna happen with the Mets. That's what I feel.
I mean. No, a good manager makes a great team. So, you saw that with Collins.
You're right, yeah. He was...
I mean...
He had emotion. He'd be in his press conference crying and
I mean, you're going to have to bring out the big bucks, but Joe G, I mean, maybe after this season. But he's making some good money from MLB Network, so you guys are going to have to open the wallet.
He definitely wants to manage the Mets, though, Joe Girardi. He definitely wants to.
I don't think it'd be a lot. I don't know if he would want to manage the Mets.
When he was doing the game for Fox, he seemed really interested in the Mets pieces. He was like, oh. But going into Doofus and Congrats Guy of the Week. For my Doofus, I should just say the New York Mets, everybody, but I think I've done that like 10 times already this year. So, Max Scherzer earlier today, he was just warming up, doing what pitchers do at in batting practice, little bunting drill. He gets the bunt down, but then it comes back and hits him in the face, and he ends up breaking his nose, and now he's questionable to start his game tomorrow. The Washington Nationals are a mess, just like the Mets.
Yeah, they really are a mess. Been a mess the last 2 seasons, really.
It's so fun watching. I still have hate in my heart for the Nationals, even though they're just so irrelevant now. The Nationals, they should be good. I just don't know why they're not. It's just they're definitely cursed. The Nationals.
They got to be cursed because look at dude. You got Corbin, Strasburg, Scherzer. Like that's a one good 1, 2, 3.
And then look at the lineup.
Corbin sucks though.
The lineup they got Rendon. They got Victor Robles. They got Soto. A lot of good young players that should be really good. I think they're all like hitting pretty well, but they just as a whole they can't keep it together. That bullpen too. Their bullpen is absolutely atrocious.
No, they're known for having an awful bullpen. That's why they haven't won a postseason series.
Yeah.
I mean, how they didn't win that 12 series against the Cardinals is beyond me.
I love watching like the compilations of like their playoff meltdowns. Like with the Titanic music playing, those are so funny. But who's your doofus?
My doofus of the week, even though I don't watch basketball, just in general, is this guy LeVar Ball. Like, this is the worst move the Lakers will ever make. I mean, like, dude, like, he's not even good.
He's been very underwhelming. You're right about that.
Not like, I mean, he acts like he's was like LeBron coming out of high school.
Oh yeah, but he wasn't at all.
No, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, the guy's probably good. Maybe, I mean, I don't know basketball. Maybe an average player, but I mean, he was like the worst trade. And I love how Shaq said second worst. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. He's one of those guys. He's gonna talk all his trash, but he just puts it all on his son, which is kind of unfair to. I'm
surprised. Like his son must really love him because I mean, I don't know how. Like his son doesn't say, "Yeah, I don't really like it."
Oh yeah, at some point I'd be like, dude, can you just shut the fuck up and let me play basketball?
Yeah, like remember when Tyler Austin's dad when they traded Tyler Austin to the Twins, and then Tyler Austin was like, "It's embarrassing." Like I don't know why he would do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I didn't even know about. Go out to your congrats, guy. I didn't even know about that till you told me today.
Yeah, Daniel Jones. DeGrom just let up a home run, but it's 10-2 New York Mets. But anyways, Daniel Jones was at Yankee Stadium. I think he did throw out. Do you know if he threw out the first pitch?
I don't think so. I mean,
Well,
I
think it's just they just showed him on the screen, and the whole stadium started booing him. Poor Daniel Jones, man.
What the hell? Poor guy, man. Why?
He hasn't played a snap yet, and you guys already won his head. Yeah, it just shows. Don't worry, Daniel Jones. Yankees fans, they're gonna be assholes sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, but bro, watch you go out and you win a Super Bowl, you're gonna get a standing O.
Yeah, which then he should be like, remember when you guys booed me when I hadn't even touched the ball yet?
Nah, it don't work like that in New York. You take it.
No, not at all. We'll praise you if you haven't even played a game, and we'll also boo the shit out of you if you haven't played a game.
Yeah, it's weird though. We have our favorites because Stanton will get booed for a couple strikeouts, but you would never ever hear the Yankees boo Judge, even if he went like 0 for 60 and broke Davis's record. Never.
Yeah, that's like with Cano and Alonso. If Alonso strikes out, you'll never hear a boo. But if Cano strikes out, the whole stadium's standing up and trying to boo his ass out of this stadium.
He's been so underwhelming. He's only got 4 homers.
I know. Hechavarria has more home runs than him.
I like Hechavarria. He was really good for us down the line.
Yeah, I want to see him play more.
Giancarlo just made a nice play.
He's not DHing tonight?
No, he's right.
Good for him to be.
Yeah, he just took one out of the stands.
Oh, we robbed
No, not rob a homer. It was in foul territory.
Oh, okay.
Good for Gene. My congrats, guy. I was talking about him earlier. Is Cameron Maybin just like coming to the Yankees after they lose Judge and Stanton? I mean, what a way he's held it down, along with Gio Urshela and others. He's just been the glue to get this team to where we're about to be right now, getting Judge back on Thursday or Friday. Severino's throwing from 105 feet. It's just, congrats, Cameron Maybin, man. He hit three home runs in 3 days. He's squaring it up. Was 3 for 3 last night, 2 for 2 tonight. I mean, he's a good guy too. Cameron Maybin, hats off to you, man.
He's looks like he should be the doofus for you because he looks like a doofus when he wears his pants all the way up to his fucking thighs.
Oh, I love it. I told him it's not high enough.
Yeah, he wanted to go up to his waist.
I told him it should go up to his collar.
Oh, jeez.
Why not?
You want to just go up to his collar?
Yeah, just like don't even wear the pinstripes. Just wear a whole sock over your uniform.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
Dude, Hunter Pence says hold my beer though.
Oh yeah, he's the OG of that. He's been doing that before anybody else.
Yeah.
So going into a little bit of cross reading, my American League Player of the Week is Cavan Biggio, son of Craig Biggio. Cavan Biggio.
He got a hell of an eye.
Yeah, he's got a great eye this week. He batted .364. He had, what did he have? Let's see. Batted .364 and a slugging or an on-base percentage of .482. So he's drawing out those walks as well. And the Blue Jays, they have a lot of young talent, and I think they should hold on to Marcus Stroman if they can.
Yeah, they definitely should. I'd like to see Stroman, but I wouldn't trade Clint because Clint would kill us forever.
Yeah, especially in that ballpark. Clint Frazier would do very well with the Blue Jays. I could see him in a Blue Jays uniform. I could see him being the next Josh Donaldson.
Oh,
if he was with the Blue Jays?
Nope, not doing that. Huh?
Yeah, no thanks to that one for you?
Nope. Trade him to San Fran if you're trading him away. I would not sign up for that.
You guys should.
But I actually had Yelich. Oh, what'd you say?
No, go ahead.
I actually had Yelich at first, but I actually changed it mid episode. I changed my mind. I'm going with Charlie Blackmon,
Wow.
the guy who had 14. He had 14 hits in the series against the Padres.
Well, did he? Wow, shit.
He did.
Yeah, they put up a lot of offense in that series. Course. Because of course.
It was the most runs put in a series, in a 4-game series, I think, in MLB history, something like that. But a triple, 4 bombs, 10 ribbies, only 4 Ks and 28 at bats.
And the Rockies.
I mean, Chuck Nasty.
The Rockies are back.
Yeah, they're hot.
The Dodgers they're the team to beat in that division, but the Rockies definitely they have the second wild card right now, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. They're hot. Maybe a game or so under, but speaking of that Rockies-Padres series, did you see Machado get tossed back?
No, what happened?
You didn't see him get tossed?
No, I didn't see that.
Like, he looked like a madman.
Like, I saw that. I don't know what. Yeah. Do you think that deserved a suspension though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, you can't act like that.
No.
Especially how much he gets paid. He can't act like that.
Yeah, but you knew it was going to happen at some point this year. It's just been.
He's Manny Machado.
Yeah.
Did you see what the MLB umpire association posted?
I did, but I think that's like a parody account. But some reason it has like a blue check for some reason. But I think it's a parody account.
Okay, I hope so, because that's petty and kind of unprofessional. I thought.
Yeah, but umpires. What Machado did was messed up, but umpires are a little petty.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that was messed up, why did he threw the bat? Dude.
Yeah, that was like when
we could have really hurt somebody.
Remember when Alomar spit on the umpire?
Roberto Alomar?
Yeah.
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you can't be doing that if you're Manny Machado. How much you're getting paid?
But he was, jeez, I thought he was going to have a heart attack, man.
Yeah, but and the Padres have been ice cold lately.
Yeah, they're cooled off. I mean, they sent Chris Paddock to A-ball. I don't think he's actually pitching. I think they just did that, and he's just not doing shit.
Yeah, so much winning rookie of the month.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, at least for Manny Machado, he had a nice week. I mean, he hit 500, 13 hits, 4 bombs. So
that's cores though.
Yeah, cores exactly. So I mean, he's got his average. He's still having a pretty. I mean, not awful year, but he's not going to make the All-Star team, I don't think. I mean, 264. Huh? You think he should?
No, he shouldn't, I said.
Okay. 264 after a week of hitting 500, 14 homers, 40 RBIs. I mean, on base percentage, 346, not too good.
I think it's going to turn out that both of these guys, I think Machado and Harper, I think they're going to have a decent rest of their careers, but we're going to look back and say, no way were they worth this much money.
Oh, hell no. It's going to be like the Pujols contract. I don't think they're ever going to be the same player that they were.
These guys are going to absolutely ruin the market for any upcoming superstars.
Exactly. That's what the owners were worried about, and now it's going to happen. Well, it was good seeing what Trout, though.
Yeah, Trout, he's putting up he's living up to his contract.
He deserves every penny, dude. I love watching his highlights.
He got his career WAR up to 69. That's like exactly at where Joe DiMaggio was at this point of his career. So it was
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb. So he's in elite company for sure. Mike Trout.
He's elite company. That's a guy who got 4,000 plus hits. So,
do you think Mike Trout will ever have like an on base percentage of 500 in a year?
I could see it.
You could see it. That would be something. I don't think he'll ever like hit 400 average. I don't think anybody ever will. But I think
because Trout, believe it or not, he has his streaks. He has his cold streaks.
Yeah, but he no matter what, he always draws out walks.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
he draws out walks. He plays great defense.
Yeah,
that's his role. If he's not hitting well, he's just like, I'm just gonna hold it down. Defense, and Trout's not hitting well is like 270, 280.
Yeah, and I'd imagine as he gets older and maybe moves to a corner outfield position, or even like later in his career moves to like DH, his hitting would get even better.
Yeah, I think his hitting is just going to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's maybe not like, he might have a few years where he hits like 290, but I think his power numbers are just going to get better, and his slugging, OPS, I think his eye is just going to get better, and he's not even slowing down.
It just sucks that I'm just not going to be able to see him playing that much, only once every 4 years.
Exactly. I mean, unless you guys play in a World Series this year.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen.
Nope, but that son of a gun, Ohtani, he might actually be good.
Yeah, hit for the cycle. He's been putting up good numbers.
He's been hitting
this year.
bombs, dude. He's been squaring it up.
Do you think he'll ever pitch again? Not, of course, he's not pitching this year, but do you think they'll put him back out there?
I think so. I don't think it'll be. I think in 3 years he'll be fully.
I don't see it for the remainder of his career. No way, but I think he'll have a couple more outings.
Yeah, I think I'll have a couple more outings, and unfortunately, I think he'll get rocked.
Yeah,
just too much time away.
No, and Andujar, he's done, right, for the season.
Oh yeah,
I mean, know that's been like a.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, unless it's some Kyle Schwarber shit.
Yeah.
But we're too deep, though. We're not going to need him. I mean, I love Andujar, and it is a big loss, but Gio Urshela has filled in perfectly.
Oh yeah, of course, and and DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of bothers me with the All-Star voting is, Urshela's been good, but he should have had more votes than DJ.
Yeah, you're totally right about that. They're like changing it up this year, so it's like the top 3 makes it, and then like after that they do an additional voting for the starters. That's weird. That's the first time they're doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I haven't voted once.
You haven't voted yet?
No, I don't know. I've just been so. I see it, and I'm just like. Ugh.
Well, next episode we should do a. We'll do a.
Well, because Friday they do the top 3, right?
Yeah, so next episode we'll do our picks.
Yeah, Harper's like in the top because they were like saying on the Phillies site, they were saying, or on their Twitter, they were like JT and Harper are like really close to making it. If Harper makes it, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a joke. If Harper makes it, he had no business making it last year. The only reason why he did is because it was
in Washington. He started too.
Yeah.
I just remember Sebi made him look like a fool.
And then DeGrom should have started that game as well. But
I don't. He should have.
Then Trout.
But Scherzer, he's from D.C.
Now he has a broken nose, though, for that.
Yep. He's not getting traded. That's mush.
No. Anything else?
Nothing much. Just keep this going. We're up 4-3 now. Tommy Kenley looks like he's cooling off a little bit, or his stuff is coming back because gives up a run. He's had a couple bad outings. I think his ERA is up to 2.5 when it was like at 1.2 a few weeks ago. Yeah.
So just my closing remarks are to the Mets, and that's do something, even if it's as simple as firing Mickey Callaway. Just do something.
Do something because is the season close to being done, you think?
Yeah, if we don't start winning ball games real quick, it's going to be tough to say that we're a true contender.
That's true. I mean, you guys got to get your shit together.
Yep. So follow us on Twitter. Reads at 2SidesofNY. I'm Metsman19. So thank you guys.
Yep, thank you guys. Follow the gram too.
2SidesofNY on the Instagram.
Let's get it.
Peace.